What's going on, everybody? You all know why we're here. Creed just released Centaurus, a great new amber fragrance. Everybody loves it. I love it. And we're gonna check out the first clone. So this is the first clone that I've found that has come out of Creed Centaurus, their newest release, and it's by the Dua brand. So if you guys don't know Dua fragrances, I bought a bunch of them. I haven't done a full review video on them yet, but so far they're actually pretty solid. So we'll check it out. How similar is it? Is it worth your money? Let's find out. All right, guys, so enough chit chat. Let's just unbox this guy right here. I picked this one up. This is a 10 milliliter. I bought this for, I think it was $22 for the 10 mil size. They have a bunch of different sizes, but if you use the code that they gave me, I got a code for you guys. It's top notes, but I'll throw links in the description. That way, if you're interested, it'll automatically, it'll just go boop and it'll add the code for you. So it'll probably end up being like 15 bucks for you. So anyway, so this one is called the Centaur Constellation. They're not really hiding what they're trying to clone. And they come like this. This is actually how the 10 milliliters, they all come like this. It says the Dua brand on it, and then it has the name on here. I like that, I appreciate that. And it actually, it doesn't say it on the front, on the actual container. So you do have to pop it open, kind of like the alt fragrances, where you pop it open and you see what you got in there. So yeah, so 10 milliliters. Here's the container, kind of a cheapish metal cap. But the rest of it, actually the presentation is pretty darn nice for a 10 mil. So yeah, so let's give it a spray and then we'll compare to the original. I have the OG, I bought a sample off of like Twisted Lily or some website like that for you guys so that we could check it out together. Okay. So Creed, yeah, they just released this one and Delphina or Delphinus or something like that. Two new amber fragrances. One was for the ladies and then one's for the guys. Really solid. I mean, you guys saw I made a post earlier talking about it. I smelled it for the first time at the mall the other day and it's actually really good. It's a banger. So it's impressed me. Their recent releases have impressed me a lot more than the Tom Ford ones. Tom Ford's just kind of been pumping them out and that sort of pissed me off. But yeah, Creed's been pushing out some good ones, you know. Every once in a while they'll release something new, not too often. But yeah, so here, let's kind of compare. Again, this is gonna be a warm, ambery, spicy, there's cinnamon in there. And right off the bat, I mean, this is very similar. So here, let's go through the notes together. Okay, so top notes are cinnamon, tobacco, cardamom, and pink pepper. You definitely get the cinnamon, the tobacco, maybe a little bit of warmness from the cardamom, but it's not super cardamom heavy. Maybe you get some sharp pink pepper, but not a whole lot. I think in the clone, maybe you get a tiny bit more pink pepper. So there are some subtle differences, very, very similar, but there are some subtle differences here. I don't wanna tell you guys this is like a 99% or anything, but okay, middle notes, sandalwood, patchouli, heliotrope, which is just another floral, jasmine, and geranium. So heliotrope and almond are kind of similar type smells. You can use things like Heliotropex. So when the perfumers say heliotrope, that just means they're using some of those synthetic heliotropin molecules. Yeah, you get a little bit of that, you know, a little bit of the sweetness from it, sure. There's a little bit of floralcy in there. But really, this is a masculine fragrance, guys. This is very masculine. Yeah, the sandalwood comes through. This one, again, this one has a little bit more spiciness to it. A slight amount more spiciness to it from the Dua fragrances one than from the original. They both tackle the amber perfectly. So the amber part of the fragrance, spot on. So yeah, heliotropin, they used to be able to use it. Now it's heavily limited in the perfumery world. We're not allowed to use heliotrope just because it's an irritant. So allergies, you know, all that crap, but there's other molecules that they can use. You don't get a whole lot of that. So yes, there's florals in there, but you don't get a whole lot of the florals. This is mainly a vanilla, ambery, spicy fragrance. So base notes, benzoin, right? Benzoin, bourbon vanilla, tolu balsam, tonka bean, ambroxan. So just your hallmark amber base. And it is really done well. Yes, you get the benzoin. Yes, you get the tolu balsam. What I'm getting from there is I'm getting a little bit of labdanum as well. A little bit of labdanum in that amber. They're not talking about it, but it kind of adds into the benzoin and the balsam. So we're getting that nice resinous. I mean, this is great for fall, winter. This was a perfectly timed release. You know, they kind of hit us at the end of summer, you know, right as things were starting to cool down, and they knew, hey, let's release a banger for the women and for the guys and see if they like it. So far, people are liking it. It doesn't get as high of a score on Fragrantica as I would have thought. It's a 3.81 right now. When I first checked it out, when I first smelled it, gosh, this was like a month ago, over at the Dillard's or wherever it was, maybe the Macy's, it was at like a 4 point something, but now more votes have come in. People are saying, yeah, fall, winter. I would agree. You know, this is kind of a fall, winter, daytime or nighttime fragrance, you know. It has a sort of an allure to it because of the spicy, you know, sort of the florals and the you know, the amber makes it sort of a sexy fragrance, right? So there's a certain alluring aspect to it. Yeah, you get the tobacco comes through, but it's not super heavy tobacco like with Dolce & Gabbana The One. It's not that heavy on the tobacco. It's more of this amber. So as far as how similar they are, I'm gonna say probably around 90%. So I have seen closer clones of other fragrances, but since this is the first one out, I'm pretty impressed. They beat everybody to the gun, you know, so they beat everyone to the shot with this one. So good on them, good on Dua for it. Yeah, I'll put links in the description. This is solid. I would wear this. The only thing is it has just slightly more spiciness to it. But other than that, it's pretty perfect, pretty spot on. So I'm gonna say 90% similar. Yeah, I would recommend it. I like the fragrance in general already. I don't think that it's super, you know, super niche. Like you have to smell it before you even think about buying it. It's pretty blind buy safe. I mean, this isn't stuff that's super groundbreaking, right? This is a nice, pleasant amber done well. Creed's just doing the Creed thing. You know what I mean? They're just putting out high quality fragrances, and you know, the quality. We can talk about the quality of Creed and how it's changed and whatever, but overall, I'm always pretty darn pleased with Creed. You know, as far as some of those more mainstream niche brands that you're gonna find in Macy's and in Nordstrom's and stuff like that, where they say, oh, we're niche, but we're in every store in America. Creed actually kind of meets the mark, I think. Better than some of the other ones like Parfums de Marly. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Parfums de Marly. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If there's any others out, let me know, because I know Lattafas, they're pretty quick to the jump on these, but I hadn't seen that Lattafa had released any. So check out the Dua one. I'm gonna do a bunch more reviews from Dua because actually they've impressed me so far. I bought like probably $200 or $300 worth of fragrances from them. So a lot more videos of them to come soon. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, hey, make sure to subscribe. If you like this sort of content, you want to see more, you want to see me just kind of take one for the team and tell you if they're any good or not, then yeah, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.